All right, trick calling out time with etiquette, with no etiquette. There's a guy named Hawk who went online one time not too long ago and wanted to rename the mute air, and because it was named by a guy who can't hear, and so something happened and they called it a mute air, and politically incorrect. Hawk got in there and wanted everyone to change that name. It's not right. But mute is, I stand mute in this. The section 5, I plead the 5th, mute. I stand mute. There was something witchy boo about that. But I'm going to talk about a trick that I did. See, he had nothing to do with the mute air. That's why are you talking about this guy's trick? Why are you saying what's right and what's wrong? Who the fuck are you? You're the guy taking the fucking blood and putting paint in it and fucking the nanoparticles in the death water and sign all these fucking computer chip programs for skateboarding and tech bot fucking ramped up 2-point fucking turbo Nigerian zero. Fucking, we're just skateboarders, not a bunch of brainiacs, are we? But my time, we were pretty much animals. A lot of alpha males I had to skate against. Backyard neighborhoods before the skate parks, which is where the skate park attitude came from, because our rules for skateboarding in these pools came from us backyard guys in all the snake sessions and calling out who gets to skate and who don't get to skate. So there's not a lot of tricks, but there's like the grind, the edger, the lap over. Okay, tricks like root tricks are being made. The fakies are a trick at this time. The tail drop is a trick at this time. Arnie Hogue, rock walks, Kevin Anderson. We got rollbacks. Do you know what rollbacks are? Like up, it started in a pipe. You go up for a kick turn, you roll back. See how far you can roll back before you kick down. Wally, okay, or Waldo, not Wally. Wally is Tom Inouye. He invented the broken arm. I don't think Inouye, if you want to get into lap overs, I would give it probably to Inouye. He gnarly, great style. And early days, he didn't have any other tricks. We got the tail drop is Arnie Hogue. Rock and roll, Tim Marting. They wanted to give it to Olsen. They put him on the cover, so you would think right away when I was in the Skateboard Mania issue, because it got made up while we were doing the Skateboard Mania. Rock and roll, the layback though, they gave that to Olsen, and he's a great surfer. And I do talk great about my old friends that I thought were friends that are known enemies. I now found out that they all hated me the whole fucking time, working against me. I had a CIA family, they all worked with them. I didn't get in the mix, glad I didn't know about it. But they all worked together, if you didn't know this. So I had to work triple hard to fucking go against all these people working against one guy, okay? Because they're making Eddie fucking the guy, Hobie, and I'm doing all the work, fucking all the demos for free, and then doing rad ramp work for free, just Pepsi demos for free, just doing demos everywhere. Eddie gets to have a skate park made for him up in Colton. Dale Smith, they had me put Eddie on the team, give him his first set of claws. Now he's officially on the team. I'm already doing ads for Hobie. The team manager, Bob Skolberg, calls me up. We have a Hobie van. We go up to, why can't he come down? There's this guy I want you to look at, Dwayne. So why can't he come down to Orange County? Aren't we the team that he wants to be on? Why are we catering to him? Kate, Cat, El Gato, Claws, the Hobie Wheels, Witchy Poo. I don't know that the witchcraft is on. Hobie Alter Hobbies. It's all over the place. My ex that I thought I married, that I thought I had a kid with, that had a kid with her brother, is working, her mom is working for Hobie at this time. So this crazy shit going on that we're not supposed to know about as a normal kid, just fucking doing whatever. Hey, Dwayne, want to do a loop? Fuck yeah, okay. Let me think about it. I had to think about it all fucking night. I had to come up with the dimensions right then and there. Now or never. Do or die, do or die. That's where I'm from. So I'm like, make it as big as Baldy and make it as fucking, you know, know, and make it like a pipe so we can ride it. And then I'll do corkscrew successions. I'll figure it out later. That's how that all went down. When the invert was made, it was in Irvine, an old skate park, 1976. Skateboard Odyssey, and there was a clover. Clovers were new, so we've never really, we're learning tricks in the clovers. It's not something we know, but this is what we're using them for right away. And you learn them there, and then you take it to a bigger vert. Like the half pipe has 4 feet of vert. The 10 has like maybe a foot of vert. So you take them there first, and you go to the next. They call us over. We're all watching this rattle fucking dude, and he go carving, and he does his little boinker bounce, head way underneath, and grabs the tile below the tile and rattles it like barely a couple inches off the coping and out, roundhousing these. What are those? The rattle can invert things, and he's coming out of it, and we're like, whoa, fuck! But we laughed at first, like we all do. All right, we're gonna get back to it. Wait, let's watch this. Me, Bobby Valdez, and Daryl Miller. Bobby Valdez, now everything's been said, didn't make up fucking shit. So they gave this trick to Bobby. Daryl didn't make up anything, but Dale Smith made up the Miller's flip for him, and he made it, so it's his trick. And really worked on the laybacks with him. That's pretty much all he could do, but he made up all of Eddie's tricks. And then the Algarial, and they started putting these names on them that are, if they're memorable, like the Madonna and stuff like that, not their trick, but using that the roast beef, if they're called these names, like the thruster instead of the fakie foot plant, says what it is. Okay, the vast plant was born from the fakie foot plant because it makes sense, doesn't it? Because we're constantly at war with the foot plant to make it better. Me and Eddie were going back and forth with that one. The fast plant set that one on. That was a done deal. Nobody likes to talk about these things because they don't want to give me any credit. They didn't give me any credit for the slammer. I won the contest the second time at Whittier. They put me and Cab on the cover of Thrasher, but they put me doing a fucking sweeper, and then inside they have me doing the slammer. So everyone thinks I'm doing another sweeper, but it's a slammer because they won't announce it. I'm doing finger flip pogo rock and rolls. They won't announce it, but they show it on my Who Cares doc really fast at the end. And Lucero had to point it out for me. Dude, are you doing a fucking finger flip? Yeah, that's right, I used to do those. See, they wanted me to forget everything I did, which I did forget a bunch of them. But I was doing a lot of different tricks, and they don't want to give me credit for it. They want to give Eddie credit for it. They want to give these guys credit. Front rollings, Blackheart. Back rollings, Doug Schneider. Tail taps, Chris Stropel. Chris Talbot tried to get in on it and listen to his name, or Kirk Talbot, very close to tail tap. Alley oops, Stropel. Air axle, Andrix. And other variations. Andrick and Tay Hunt, back air. Front air, Alvin Orton. Lap overs, grinds, and edgers. Too many people to give that one to. But I would give the lap over to Wally for sure. Then you got Eddie Cab Miller, the Miller flip. That's from Dale Smith. Jay Smith, the laybacks. And then the back, the board slides. Those are all Roots tricks. And then you got a couple more, and then Eddie's got a lot of tricks, but not this many. Okay, I have a lot of tricks. These are all my own named tricks, and I added the invert on there because we all started doing the invert. Went to the back pools after like 3 times of watching this geek, and by the time we left, I was extending them and installing them and making 1 out of 4 because I was seeing how long I could stall them. Bobby was doing them with his hand on tile at Lakewood. And I was doing them at Lakewood standing handstands and fucking making 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4 because I was inventing where you hold them too long like Neil Blender, who copied them from me at Big O. I used to pour Cokes on him because he was trying to copy me. But he ended up doing them way longer, and I'm moving on to other tricks. Got other things to do. I let the invert go with Bobby calling Jim Casimus. These are all names you don't know because these are old editors and photo editors as they moved up from their jobs. Blaney Friedman and all these guys who ended up becoming wealthier than a lot of the skateboarders because of their photography work. But he called Casimus. Casimus put him on the cover. Fucking went to Lakewood. I ended up on a lower magazine called Wide World of Skateboarding, but it showed me doing a full handstand, at the same time in the same fucking pool. And they gave Bobby Moore shit in layout stuff in later, like the next issue, where they really made it a big deal at Del Mar for Bob. Beautiful shots, but his hands on the tile. And it was like nobody knew yet where these were gonna go. And then by the time Hawk and all these guys get in there, you don't even know who these fuckers are. You know what I mean? Like Schneider. Doug Schneider was one of the highest pipe riders, and I mean, he was a fucking geek. But he made the back roll, the roll in, and he was there all the time. There's a lot of guys, Kent Senator and stuff like that. The chair went gnarly the whole fucking way. He did the front right, did a lot of tricks after they were done right away. Like no one could do. Eddie, he did the front rock better than Eddie back then, right away. But they're not gonna give the Jer more scope than Eddie, no fucking way. And he was doing them gnarlier. Nobody would go, oh wait, they wouldn't do the war. They just left that to me and Eddie. Anyway, I'm doing a thing with all my tricks. I'm hoping I can sell them, and I'm trying to just help feed you guys, not trying to piss you off, just feed you more information about like the times where I'm from and how different we were. Anyway.